want to First of all, I'm very grateful when I get the opportunity to sow into other people's lives. Extremely humbled by the fact that Co-op Crowd Corporate would ask me to do this. And here's the deal. I'm going to talk to you guys for about 20 minutes. This information it gets better every single time I hear it. And you really owe it to yourself to focus on what's being shared tonight. So I'm going to kindly ask that you guys eliminate any kind of distractions that you have. Super important to do that. Most notably the phone. Mine is here. It's on stun mode so that I don't get interrupted. And really over the next 20 to 30 minutes, I will elevate your knowledge of how to put your little soldiers to work, your dollars, right? And just $1 a day, focus on that. Just $1 a day. I'm going to show you something that's just absolutely crazy. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, they like to call it, for a number of years. But let me tell you something. All I am is hard work, right? All I am is rise and grind. I am nothing special, all right? Yeah, I can gab a little bit, but that's all that is. Look, I just believe wholeheartedly in the fact that most of us on this call want to be a part of something larger than themselves. I know that I do. There is no other way to be fulfilled like the fulfillment you get when you're helping other people. And I just love what David wants to do with this, David T. Rosen, our founder. And that's to end the world's poverty, or at least make a huge dent in the universe as it relates to that kind of stuff. And to me, that's a very, very big deal. And we think with the platform that we're bringing here that goes live, guys, that we're excited. It's only 7 days away. We need to push hard, is really going to make that happen. So here's what I know. Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm a happy guy because I make the decision to be that. But I also know that I need to push myself to get more out of life. I wholeheartedly believe that I haven't even hit my fifth gear yet. There's a fifth, there's a sixth, there's a seventh, right? You hear the phrase, leave it all out on the field. I'm not so sure that I've ever done that. I certainly have tried. But what I want to get across to you is this. Everybody wants a life of more. And what does it take to get more? Number one, it takes more time. And that's the most important thing to me, you guys, is time. You see, wealth involves not only money, but it involves your health. It involves your time. It involves solid decision making, and it involves not being alone. And that's why I love the cooperative here, because we want to bring as many people along as we can to a better quality of life. Here's what I love most about this. We are truly going to be impacting thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives, helping people to live a life that is debt-free. How does that sound? Debt-free. I love debt-free. Stress-free. Okay, with debt comes stress, right? And financially free. Now let's talk about that for just a minute. Everybody's financially free looks different. Depending upon where you are in the world, that can be anything from $500 to $1,000, to whether you live on the West Coast where it might be $10,000 or $20,000, or you live in downtown New York City where it might be $30,000 or $40,000. I don't know what that number is, but that's what we're talking about when we're talking about what is your 84. In other words, how much money do you need to be free, truly free, debt-free, stress-free, and financially free, so that you can do the things that you're passionate about, not the things that you have to do just to get by, so that you can spend as much time with the people that you want, doing what you want, where you want, for as long as you want, never having to report to anybody else. That, my friends, is an incredible feeling. So here's what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to go over a program called Co-op Crowd. And I'm telling you right now, there hasn't been anything that has ever been introduced that I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot. You see, I'm an open-minded guy. I'm not cynical. The glass is always half full. I always want to take a look at different things. My mind is open because here's what I know. I don't have the full life that I want yet. So there must be something out there that can help me move the needle forward. And I believe this is it. I have pushed my chips all in on this deal. I feel like it's my golden ticket. So here's what we've been able to do. We've been able to help businesses, and you can, with Co-op Crowd, you can make donations in several ways. All right. It's created to help individuals, businesses, charities fundraise. Now, listen, this is one of the most exciting new things that have come out in a long time. In 2012, legislation was passed called the Jobs Act. And the Jobs Act changed the game. Who gets in on this? You guys, come on. PayPal's in on it. Facebook's in on it. You can do it through Venmo. All right. And of course, we've heard all the other names like Indiegogo, right? Like GoFundMe. And even the guy from Shark Tank, what's his name? Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, is involved in 2 crowd funds. Why? Because it works. Why? Because it absolutely helps people every day. But here's the deal. No matter how good those things are, there's always a better mousetrap. And David T. Rosen, our founder, has done exactly that. He has taken a great idea and just taken it next level, you guys. So what have we done? We've married 3 very powerful 21st century trends. Cooperatives. What does that mean? I got your back, you got my back. That's the best way I can say it, right? You need some help, I'm giving you some help. We're all picking up the shovel, filling in the hole with dirt. It's a cooperative, right? And with technology the way that it is, it makes it easier for people all over the globe to work cooperatively to row the boat in the same direction. And then crowdfunding systems. And above all, automation, right? A system that is automated. Now, we're never going to say hands-free, but darn it, I'm telling you, it's very, very close. So let's talk about each one of these things just briefly. We're going to talk about crowdfunding first, right? Because crowdfunding is an important thing to understand if you don't know what it is. A lot of my friends have said, man, dude, is this legit? I'm like, it's as legit as it gets, right? You can go look up crowdfunding. You can see what the basis is of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is the ability for human beings to simply solicit other human beings for help. You've seen it all over the place. For the longest time, crowdfunding has been dealt with as a tragedy. In other words, somebody has a medical bill, somebody's been in a car accident, somebody can't bury their parents for, not trying to be morbid here, but I'm just saying that's what it's always attached to. Some, like just recently, the building in Miami that collapsed. We got some people from Miami here. There was a huge GoFundMe about that thing connected to a tragedy. But what we've done is we flipped the script and we're connecting it to a strategy. Why wouldn't we want to take the greatest idea that's coming along in a long time and connect it to a strategy? Now, what is so much different on our end than it has been in all other ways? What's the better twist? What's the mousetrap? I'll tell you why. Okay, because givers become receivers. That's right. Now, when you use a GoFundMe, that's a noble, worthy cause, right? When you donate money to a cause that you're passionate about or somebody who's in need, that's a great thing. Without a doubt, it's a great thing. You do it without the expectation of return. And if you do have an expectation of return, you shouldn't do it. But here's the reality of it, right? Why shouldn't you be able to get a return? That's the question. And so with the new technologies of decentralizations, you got DeFi in the blockchain, you got all these different things where there's no centralized unit. We're talking about peer-to-peer transacting, me to you, you to me to Greg, me to David, whatever. Peer-to-peer, person to person, without a centerpiece intermediary. And when I show you here in just a minute is going to blow your mind. So with us, middlemen are eliminated completely. We're not an MLM in any way, shape, or form. Okay, but we are standing up for campaigns. We are willing to talk to other people about letting the blessing out of the book, so to speak. So how do we do that? Well, we do 3 things better than anybody else. First, we give an act of kindness. Now we're talking about, you're going to hear me say this over and over again. What you're 84. Okay. We're talking about $1 a day for 84 days here, guys. That is called no risk. All right. 0 risk, the average of $1 a day. Then we share that idea. Why wouldn't we? Right? You don't want to keep all the good stuff to yourself, do you? Heck no. We want to get out there and share it. And then we receive, because by sharing it, we're also receiving in many different ways, right? We get the fulfillment of knowing that we quite possibly help somebody. Guys, look, here's the reality. You don't know who's on their knees praying for something like this. You have no idea. Don't make their mind up for them. Get involved, share it out with people, and you're going to see that you're going to impact so many people. So guys, once you do that, once you help 3 or more people, your subscription to this thing is free, or as I like to say, your donation is covered. And I'm going to show you about how this works residually. So what do? Here's how you get started. It is there's 3 simple steps. I don't know how much easier this can be. You register and become an active donor for what? Sure, 84, right? For $84. That's $1 a day that covers you through 3 donation cycles, which is 84 days. Simple as that. 28 times 3. Okay, then you help those 3 people do the same. It's as simple as that. You help that. Well, first of all, you register your three, you become a donor, register your three, and then you help those three people do the same. Teach your three, have the heart of a teacher, care enough about the people to walk them through the process. Believe me, it is super simple. So what do we do after that? That's it. You simply sit back and watch your money grow. There's absolutely nothing to this, you guys. Now, I'm not a guy who's going to stop at three. I wouldn't suggest that you do that either, but it isn't because I need to go beyond that. It's because I want to go beyond that. How would you feel? What if? Ask that big question, right? What if this works? How would you feel if you didn't reach out to your best friend, your brother, your mom, your uncle, the guy down the street that you've seen struggle, people that have issues? How would you feel if it worked and you really started to see the money that I'm about to show you? Because it's going to work, because it is working, and you are going to see that money if you didn't share it out with somebody. Don't be afraid. Have some courage. Step out and share the thing. So this is how it's going to work. Watch this. Here's what's so killer about this. 100% of the donation gets shared among the cooperative, the members, the people. And this is how it's broken down, quite simply, right? You get 25% for everyone that you directly introduce to the idea of Co-op Crowd. When they become an active donor, you're going to receive 25% of their donations. Doesn't get any better than that, okay? And that's the company's way of saying thank you, dividing it up that way, because you're introducing people, because you're letting the blessing out of the book. Okay, the next 50% goes up and down 10 levels of people. I'm going to go through that in detail here. And just on the next slide, you're going to see exactly what I mean by that. Because again, what is this? It's a cooperative. We're helping each other. We have each other's back. We're helping everybody build wealth here all over the globe. And then last but not least, you have a bonus level for anyone who, puts their nose to the grindstone, gets out and does the thing. All right. If you help your three that you introduce get their three, so that and we just rinse and repeat, we just do that over and over and over again. Do you realize this is what blows my mind? Three people, I guarantee it. I bet you if you really worked at it, you could have three people by this evening. And if you can't, call me. I'll show you how to do it. Here's the reality. You call somebody, you get passionate about what we're doing. You do it for all the right reasons, because you're helping somebody. That's the right idea right there. You're helping somebody, right? And then you get three. Well, of course, we're going to help them get their three. They're going to want to help somebody get their three. One that gets three, rinse and repeat. Everybody's going to make more money than they know what to do with. I promise you. Let me show you how that works out. Okay, now this next slide is brand spanking new. So if it has some issues, please give me grace. All right, so what is your 84? What I'm going to share with you right now is exactly how this works and how the money looks to you. Okay, and again, we talked about this earlier. What is your 84? I don't know. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Are you trying to put somebody through school? Are you trying to get out of maybe student loan? Do you just want to build residual income so that you can be as free as a bird? I don't know. What's your 84? You need to know what that is, right? So here's how this works. This is about 84 days. So days 1 through 7, you go out and you find 3 people. Now, guys, in 7 days, you'll have thousands of conversations. Make sure that 3 of those are with people that see the vision, right? I mean, not to boast or brag. I don't mean to do that in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a chest pounding kind of a guy, but I bet you many of you guys got on here and did this in a day. I know that I did, and I bet many of you did as well. This is not difficult. Everybody knows 3 people that could use a little bit of a fatter wallet. So what does that mean to you? Okay. There's a $25 donation that's made it's $84. That covers 3 donation periods. That's $25 times 3 is $75. There's a $3 fee for administration and hosting. Okay. What you're going to receive is 25% of the $25. And because it's on your front row, there's a bonus involved in that of 10%. So it's 35%. What does that mean? 875 times 3, 2625 is what that monthly donation is now. But here's the best part about it, right? Once you have the 3, your donation is waived. All right. It's free. It's now being paid for by the system. And it is waived or free, as we like to say. And that's how it works. So then days 8 through 15, those 3 go out and get 3. Remember, that's what we said, right? That would be 9 more people for a total of 12. Now your donations are up to $37.50 a month because you didn't personally introduce those people. What you did was equally as important. You helped the 3 people that you introduced by being a good teacher and a good coach and help them get their 3. That's how that works. All right. And that then unlocks the unlimited bonus level, which, I mean, when I think about what the unlimited bonus level actually does to the amount you're going to receive in donations, it's almost hard to believe. It 1 to 6 times greater with the numbers that I'm going to be sharing with you here this evening. All right. So let's move on. Days 16 through 23. You're now up to 39 donors because those 12 got 3. What's that? 36 more, right? And then we just kind of move down the line, all right? It starts to build and you start to see these monthly donations building up. Now, guys, understand, it isn't 325 once. This is residual income. This is work once, get paid forever. Work once, get paid forever. You know, I'll share a story with you right here. I have the blessing of having a wife who built an insurance business, and every February the 5th, we get paid for the last 10 years. And she spends about 15 hours in that business. Work once, get paid forever. Now, I don't know if that's going to last forever, but it is a very healthy 5-figure business. Not 6, 5. And believe me, we are extremely grateful that she went out and did that. Residual dollars are worth 10 times more than a dollar that you have to spend your time on. Remember, wealth has components. What are they? It is not only money, but it is health and time, because we're not promised any time. If you don't have your time, it doesn't matter, right? So what's next? Days 40 through 47. Okay, now the system has a mechanism by which it will update you or upgrade you automatically to our $250. What's your $250? I guess we could say, right? What's your 84? No, our $250 matrix. And I'm going to go over that. We haven't even talked about that yet, but you can turn that off. I don't know why you would, especially after what I'm going to share with you, but you could. But the system will, in other words, the 250 upgrade to the bigger matrix picture was donated to you. Get that, you know, be live with that. Okay. It was donated to you. That's not money out of pocket. That's money that was donated to you. Days 48 through 55. It's starting to build. Okay. We get up to here and we've solved 90% of the global's population problems as it relates to monthly expenses. Actually, it happens somewhere in between there at about $4,100 a month, right? I mean, talk about noble causes of noble causes, you guys. Okay, moving on. We're on days 64 through 71. Your 9th level is filling out, and you're now at $31,000 a month, month over month over month over month. And then last but not least, if the matrix fills out with a full-blown 88,572 people, you'll be at $142,363.95 a month. But here's what's real. That's not probable. We know that's not probable. And we're not about pie in the sky numbers. Okay. Could it happen? Yes. There's a difference between the P words, right? Probable and possible. It's possible. It's totally possible. I know a guy who built a business that had more than that. All right. And when it's as easy as donations, come on, crazy. This is not an MLM. This is donations, right? This is crowdfunding. So here's the reality. This is what it looks like. Okay. So if for some reason you are blessed and you could fill one of these matrices up 100%, and it ain't just on you. Remember, you only put in 3 people. Look at the red circle. That's it. You put in 3. We just taught everybody to put in 3. You know, that's like, you know, what is it, maple syrup on pancakes? We're just pouring the first bit of it and it just drips down over the whole thing, right? That's what that would look like. $142,000 without the 25% bonus, without the 250 matrix. The numbers here are too big to ignore. It's crazy. So let's say that you were only 50% effective. Let's say that half the people you talked to looked at you like a deer in the headlights, thought you were nuts. All right. Didn't want to have anything to do with it. So only, 5 out of 10 would get involved. Well, you'd be pretty much a stud. And let's say that all the people in your whole organization there were having that level of success. Now we're at $71,181 a month. A month. Could that change some lives? Yes. But let's say it isn't even that good. Let's say that only 2 out of 10, 20 out of 100 have $84 that they're willing to, I don't even like to say risk because there's zero risk here, that they're willing to donate to you and the other people in the cooperative so that they can now become a part of this thing. Well, if you were only 20% of the people that you talk to would do that, it's still $28,000 a month. What does this mean, really? It means you don't have 88,572 people in your making. You only have 10% of that, 20% of that, I should say. But now I've already divulged the next slide, right? All right. What if you were only 10% effective? Like 1 out of every 10, 10 out of 100. And that's a pretty good ratio right there. If you were only 10% effective, or only 10% of the people that you spoke with wanted to do this, it's 14 G's a month without the 250. And guess what? Without the extra 25% bonus on these donations. You guys, the numbers here are crazy. So here's how this looks. If we add the 250 matrix in and we say only at a 10% success rate, in other words, 10% of your 10%, that comes out to be an additional $142,364 a month. I mean, you should be doing the happy dance. As they say, if this doesn't fire up, your wood's still wet. I mean, this is nuts, right? These are monthly donations. You guys, there's never been a technology or a plan that has done this in the past. It's time to let the blessing out of the book, to share with others something that is going to change lives. All right, I've got a short video I'm going to let play here, and it is actually the founder of the company, and this kind of goes over a little bit of what I've talked about.
Welcome to Co-op Crowd, the world's first cooperative crowdfunding system, and a new kind of crowdfunding. Your co-op crowd journey begins when you give an act of kindness, and when you do, your donation can cooperatively help over 10 causes above you. Once you give an act of kindness, you then set up your campaign to raise money for any personal, charitable, or business reason, and then share your campaign with your circle of influence. After sharing your campaign, you will begin to cooperatively receive acts of kindness from others, and you can receive donations from over 10 generations of donors below you. Each person between you and the giver cooperatively receives a small piece of the donation. You can share Co-op Crowd with as many people as you like. And here's the best part. The more you do, the more it cooperatively helps you and your teammates. This is how leverage is cooperatively used to everyone's advantage in Co-op Crowd. You cooperatively receive acts of kindness from the people you invite, and the people they invite, and the people they invite, through over 10 generations of donors. Ultimately, you can cooperatively receive a small donation every day from thousands of people all around the world that you don't know and you will probably never meet. That's the uniqueness of cooperative crowdfunding, and what makes Co-op Crowd a system unlike every other crowdfunding platform in the world. Here's what you get to fund all your dreams: professional hosting, expert knowledge support, and dozens of groundbreaking marketing tools. Co-op Crowd is also global and can be shared with everyone, everywhere. But the last best part is this: you get your very own personalized digital wallet, allowing you to receive your donations instantly. Whether it's $1 or $100,000, you can withdraw your money immediately. You get your money when you need it, right now. Now I ask, can it get any better? We think not. So please join us right now and get with the crowd. Co-op Crowd.
You know, every single time I watch that, I just get more fired up because, you know, in just a very short period of time in that video, it covers everything that I've been blabbing about. To be honest with you, here's the best part of this thing. The donations are residual, you guys. I cannot stress enough how important that residual money is in your life. If you don't have it, once you do, you'll want no other kind. I mean, it is absolutely incredible, an incredible feeling to create, you know, something that is stable, predictable. All right. Everything else comes in at a certain period of time. And here's something I didn't even cover that I think is super important. Do you realize that with the way this thing is set up, again, everything about this is genius. Okay. Everything runs off of a 28-day cycle. What does that mean? If you receive 5 donations today, 28 days from now, you're going to receive the same 5 donations all over again. Now, tomorrow, if you receive 10 donations, then the next day, 28 days from tomorrow, you're going to receive those same 10 donations and probably more. Here's the reality. This thing gives you the opportunity to see donations every single day, every single hour of the 28-day period. It's really, there has been nothing that has been left unturned here. So here, we want to truly help everybody by getting funded, by providing you with your own personal website, your own personal real-time dashboards, everything that you need, your own digital wallet with an address on a blockchain, the real deal Holyfield, and all the support that you need. Now, I'm going to ask you guys one simple question. All right. Do you really think that 84 bucks is a lot of money? Because it isn't. I promise you. Today, I went to Whole Foods, dropped 250 bucks. All I'm going to do is eat all that food all week, and it'll be gone by next week, won't it? And it's not going to help me in any way, shape, or form other than to create, you know, some health right inside of me. And remember, what did I say? Health, wealth, time. Super important to eat well. But here's what I'm saying to you. Guys, we spent $84 yesterday on beers with the boys or ladies. Maybe you bought something yesterday at Kohl's or Marshall's, or maybe you're a Maxinista. 84 bucks isn't anything. So here's what I want you to do. I want to encourage you to do this. Get back with the person that put you on this information. Okay. And one more thing. If you're already in this because you got involved when it was 50-50 and it still is and all that, and you haven't upgraded yet, tisk, tisk. Guys, it is time. Buy the token. Get yourself into the co-op crowd. The money and the help that you can give everybody else is going to be tremendous. So that's it. One-time donation, 84 bucks or $864 if you want to buy into both at the same time like I did. So guys, I appreciate your time this evening. I was glad to be over it. In the time that I am, it's been a long day. I hope that I don't have anybody to give you a testimonial now, but I can tell you this much. This thing has just been an unbelievable blessing to my family, my daughter, my friends, and everybody that's gotten involved. Don't waste any more time. Get back with your inviter, or if you're already a member and you haven't upgraded, make sure that you get that done tonight. Let's really drive home the point so that on the 1st, we launch with as many people making residual income as possible. Thanks so much, and everybody have a great evening.